Welcome to Nightbulb. My name is Adam and today I'll be showing you guys how to make a fidget spinner. So let's get started.
Okay, so first thing you're going to need are ball bearings. So I use skateboard bearings for this. I just went on Carousel and managed to find some for $150 each, and I'll leave the seller's link in the description below if you'd like to check it out. And if you have an old skateboard lying around, just dismantle it and you could get some free bearings out of it. Now your skateboard bearings, whether new or old, will come with some grease inside, and we'll have to clean that up in order to make it spin more smoothly. To do this, first remove the caps on the bearing using a sharp knife or pointed object. Puncture the bearing near the inner circumference and pry out the caps carefully on both sides. Next, spray some WD-40 to remove the grease inside and let it sit for about 15 minutes. Next, soak in an alcohol to remove the WD-40 itself. Let it sit for another about 5 minutes before rinsing it in hot water. And with that, you should have some very clean and smooth bearings. Put the bearings aside and now let's work on the body. For the body, I got a medium density fiberboard from Daiso at the perfect thickness for the bearings. Next, I made a template of the toy's design and printed it out. The PDF link is in the description below. When printing, you want to make sure that you print to 100% scale and use the scale check at the bottom to confirm the size. Now there's a possibility that you may need to edit the design according to the size of your bearings. Now once you've done that, trace the design onto the board. Now before you cut out the shape, it's a good idea to drill out the holes first. And if you have the correct drill bit size for your bearings, then good for you. If not, you can do what I did, which was to use the largest drill bit I had and slowly work around to make the hole larger. And then if you have a Dremel sanding bit like me, use that to enlarge the hole to the size that you need. Now keep drilling until the hole is only slightly larger than the size of your bearing. After you've drilled all the holes, use a hacksaw to saw off the shape as close to the line as possible. Then use the Dremel again to sand the shape down as close as you can, and finally end it off with some sandpaper. And remember, as a rule of thumb, start with the coarsest sandpaper you have and work slowly down to the finest. Next, color in or design your spinner in any way you want. I spray painted my first one black with a red stripe. And for the second one, I decided to sketch out a tribal design with a Sharpie. And then cover it with a few layers of clear varnish to make it slightly more water resistant. Now to make the bearing stay in place, put about 3 to 4 small dabs of hot glue onto the sides of the holes and quickly push the bearings through. Then turn the spinner around and peel off any excess glue on the other side. This will leave just enough glue in place to hold on to the bearings, and at the same time you should be able to remove the bearings as and when you need. Lastly, we're going to install some buttons to make the toy nicer to hold. To do this, remove the center bearing and find some spare buttons lying around at home, and tape over the holes to prevent the hot glue from oozing out later on. Now place the bearing over one of the buttons and apply hot glue down the center. Leave just enough over the top to allow the second button to stick on as well. Now clamp or weigh down the pieces for 5 to 10 minutes to dry the glue completely before removing the clamp and tape. After which, simply push the bearing back into the spinner and it's done.
It might take you a while before you get the hang of this, so I thought I'd teach you how to use it first. So to do so, just grab the buttons with your thumb and your index finger, like this. And then use your middle finger to do the spinning. So the middle finger goes into one of the notches like this. Pull back and straighten. And of course, the faster you straighten, the faster it will go. Alright? And that's it. So it might take you a while to get the hang of it, but if you use the right technique, you should learn quite fast. And that's it for me today. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you do, remember to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.